Take your hands off that coffin.
That is my father.
A daughter does not steal 480 million and return dressed in mourning.
The first thing Amara Okafor saw when she entered her father's funeral was not his coffin. It was the hatred on her mother's face. For 11 months, Amara had lived outside Nigeria with one accusation tied around her name: that she had stolen 480 million naira from her father's company and fled before the truth could catch her. No one asked why she had vanished. No one asked what she had lost. Her family had already convicted her. Now Chief David Okafor was dead, and Amara had returned to Lagos wearing the only black dress she could afford. She ignored the whispers, crossed the funeral hall, and reached toward the polished coffin. Helena stepped between Amara and the body. Amara reminded Helena that the man inside was her father. Helena answered by repeating the accusation in front of the mourners. Kim, Amara's older sister, watched without sympathy. Toby, their younger brother, looked away in shame. Then Amara said something that changed the atmosphere.
I came because he called me last night.
Dead men do not make phone calls, Amara.
Before anyone could dismiss her, Barrister Bamidele entered with a sealed envelope. David had left strict instructions.
Chief Okafor ordered that the coffin must not leave until his final recording is heard.
My father was sedated.
Then why are you afraid of his voice?
Play it.
The projector came alive. David appeared above his own coffin, dressed in navy blue, looking stronger than he had during his final days. His message was not a farewell. It was an accusation.
Amara, if they allowed you inside, I was right to leave this message.
David, what did you do?
The person who destroyed my family is standing beside my coffin.
David instructed Amara to open his private safe. He claimed that the evidence inside would identify the person who had destroyed them. Kelechi Ease, David's security chief, placed an antique brass key in Amara's hand. He told her that David had ordered him to trust the child everyone else blamed. When Amara bitterly reminded him that David had publicly disowned her, Kelechi gave only one answer: publicly. And Kim followed them through the mansion, insisting that whatever they found belonged to the family. Amara told her that an innocent woman should have nothing to fear, but the safe was almost empty. Inside it lay a damaged silver cufflink and a folded note containing only 2 words: Helena knows. The cufflink belonged to Femi Adeyemi and Kim's husband. Helena claimed David was controlling them from the grave, and Kim accused Amara of planting the evidence. Toby quietly reminded everyone that Amara had been outside Nigeria for 11 months. In the kitchen, former housekeeper Ijeoma Nwosu revealed that David had never stopped watching over Amara. He had secretly paid for her return because he believed the real thief would kill her if they discovered she was still protected. Amara could not understand how a man could love her in secret while allowing her to lose her career, her home, and almost her sanity in public. Then she overheard Kim and Femi whispering near the staircase. They were not discussing David's death. They were searching for a missing financial ledger.
Find that ledger before Amara does. If she opens it, we lose the company, our freedom, and everything Mother sacrificed to bury.
At the family meeting, Amara produced bank statements showing that the missing money had entered in Kim's charitable foundation through 12 separate transfers. Kim insisted that her signature had been forged. Helena defended her and demanded that Amara stop attacking her sister during their father's funeral. Amara reminded Helena that they had attacked her before she could even touch the coffin. Later, Helena offered Amara a plane ticket and begged her to disappear again. A silver locket slipped from Helena's hand. Something about it disturbed Amara, but Helena refused to explain. That evening, Kelechi restored part of David's final voicemail. David's fading voice told Amara to ask Helena what had happened on 3rd Mainland Bridge. 5 years earlier, Kim had driven across that bridge after drinking. Femi sat beside her. In the rain, their vehicle struck a young woman. Kim wanted to stop. Femi understood that one emergency call could destroy their future.
Drive, Kim. If you stop now, the police will destroy us. Leave her there, or your child will grow up visiting you in prison.
The woman abandoned on the road was Chisholm Ease, Kelechi's younger sister. Hospital records listed the driver as unknown, but pages had been altered and evidence had vanished. Kelechi confessed that he had entered the Okafor household intending to destroy David. He had believed the billionaire was responsible for buying the family's silence. Instead, Kelechi discovered that David had spent 5 years trying to expose his own daughter while protecting Chisholm's remaining family. Revenge slowly became loyalty, but Kelechi never stopped searching for the whole truth. Amara now understood that the stolen money and Chisholm's death were connected. The financial frame-up had not merely removed her from the company. It had made her the perfect person to blame if David's investigation became public. While searching Helena's bedroom, Amara found an old photograph. It showed a younger Helena beside a pregnant Igioma. Around Igioma's neck was the same silver locket. In the garden pavilion, Igioma finally stopped running from the secret she had carried for 29 years. Amara stared at the former housekeeper and realized that the woman her family had treated as invisible was her biological mother.
I carried you for 9 months, Amara, but Helena raised you. I did not abandon you willingly.
Igioma insisted that she had never been ashamed of Amara, but shame was no longer the only question. Why had Igioma surrendered her child? Why had Helena raised Amara with resentment? And who was her father? Helena entered the garden before Igioma could answer.
I threw you away because David chose you over the children carrying his blood. Every time he defended you, I hated you more.
For years, Helena had believed David loved Amara more than the children carrying his blood. That jealousy had hardened into punishment. The next morning, Kim attempted to seize control of the company before the will could be read. She ordered Toby to sign a resolution supporting her. For the first time, Toby refused to obey the family's strongest voice. He asked Kim directly whether she had stolen the money. She claimed she had protected the company while Amara ran away. Toby corrected her. Amara had not run, they had chased her. Amara then revealed that 12 financial approvals came from Femi's private tablet. Femi claimed the device had been cloned. Kim said David had moved the money to hide his secret child, and when Amara asked who that child was, Kim pointed at her. The argument ended in an underground car park. Femi attacked Kelechi, stole the accident file, and warned Amara to stop digging. During the struggle, another piece broke from Femi's cufflink, the same design David had locked inside his safe. Kelechi survived. He revealed that David had torn the first cufflink from Femi during a confrontation 3 nights before his death. Helena could no longer contain the truth. Inside a quiet church vestry, she confessed that she had framed Amara for the theft to keep Kim out of prison. Kim had been pregnant after the accident, and Femi convinced Helena that prison would destroy her. Helena chose Amara as the sacrifice because she believed Amara was strong enough to begin again. But strength, Amara told her, was not permission to destroy someone. Femi prepared to flee Nigeria. In Kim's penthouse, he admitted that David had intended to send them both to prison.
You killed my father. You promised those pills would only confuse him. I protected you, Femi, and you turned me into your accomplice.
We needed everything he has.
No, no.
What else would you have me do? He's old enough to die. And that was what you wanted also.
No! I never wanted my father to die. I never wanted you to kill him.
You wanted him gone.
Not like this.
Kim believed Femi had only given her father medicine to confuse him. Instead, Femi had poisoned him and called it solving a problem. Toby secretly recorded Femi's confession, but Femi discovered him and demanded the phone. Kim told her brother to run. Amara arrived with Inspector Zainab and armed officers. Femi drew a gun. Kim stepped between him and Toby, finally choosing to protect someone instead of protecting the lie.
Femi, stop! If you have to kill my brother, then you have to kill me first.
Fola, you don't understand.
I understand enough. You're a monster!
Police arrested Femi before another member of the family could die. During interrogation, Kim admitted the hit and run, the stolen money, and the conspiracy against Amara. But she also revealed that Helena had designed the forged evidence. Helena surrendered before the police came for her. She asked Amara to hate her if hatred would keep her standing. Amara refused. She would not carry Helena anymore, not even as hatred. David's will temporarily placed controlling shares of the company in Amara's hands. It was not a reward. David believed she was the only child capable of exposing the truth without becoming consumed by revenge. His letter revealed that he had known Amara was innocent before he disowned her. He had performed the rejection so convincingly that Femi would believe she no longer mattered and would stop trying to kill her. David had protected Amara through cruelty. He loved her, but he confused protection with control. In the attic, Amara and Toby found the missing ledger hidden inside her childhood music box. The digital records cleared Amara completely and proved that Femi had laundered company funds while Helena forged Amara's authorization. The evidence restored Amara's name. It could not restore the 11 months stolen from her life. In prison, Kim admitted that jealousy had shaped her choices. David looked at Amara and saw courage. He looked at Kim and saw responsibility. Kim wanted one room in which Amara was not the light. She asked for forgiveness. Amara refused to offer a dishonest miracle. She promised only that she would not build the rest of her life around punishing Kim. Femi tried to blame his wife and trade information for mercy. Inspector Zainab reminded him that Kim drove the car, but he had taught fear how to become a business. In court, Helena stood before the judge and finally corrected the lie in public.
Helena, is Amara innocent?
Amara did not steal that money. I forged the evidence. She is my daughter, the daughter I failed long before I framed her.
Outside court, reporters asked whether Amara forgave her family. She refused to turn her pain into entertainment. Instead, she told them to say Chisholm's name, the young woman who died because powerful people believed silence could be purchased. As interim chief executive, Amara removed David's heroic portrait from the company lobby. She replaced it with the names of the people the company had made invisible. She established an independent restitution fund, even though it would cost the family millions. At Chisholm's memorial, Kelechi admitted that he loved Amara but feared that love might betray his sister. Amara refused a dramatic promise of forever. They chose something smaller and more honest, tomorrow morning. Then Ijeoma visited Helena in prison and revealed the final secret. David had never betrayed Helena with Ijeoma. Amara was the daughter of Chuka, Helena's late brother. Chuka died before Amara was born, and David had knowingly adopted the child to honor a promise.
Amara was Chuka's child, my niece. I punished her for a betrayal that never happened while praying for one piece of my brother to remain.
Helena had spent 29 years punishing her own niece for a betrayal that had never happened. Ijeoma told Amara that David had promised Chuka he would raise her as his own. Amara understood that biology did not erase David's fatherhood. He was her father because he chose to be, just as his failures remained real because love did not excuse harm. Helena had been Amara's aunt before becoming the woman she called mother. Ijeoma was the mother who gave birth to her and then surrendered her under threat. Chuka was the father she never met. David was the father who chose her, protected her, and wounded her. Everyone had decided who Amara was without asking her. Now she made the decision herself. She was the woman who had survived all their versions of her. When Amara visited Helena in prison, Helena begged to hear the word "Mom" one more time. Amara refused to give her a word merely to quiet her guilt. She offered something harder, the truth and the possibility of future visits only when Amara was ready. 6 months later, the Okafor mansion became a foundation for road accident victims and displaced women. The house once used to preserve a family name would now preserve other people's lives. At the opening ceremony, Amara refused to describe her family as either monsters or saints. They were people who loved badly, lied beautifully, and learned too late. The past could not be changed, but silence did not have to inherit the future. At sunset, Amara visited David's grave with Toby and Kelechi. She left the wooden music box beside the white flowers.
You loved me, Dad, but you hurt me too. I will not call you saint or monster. I choose the truth. I choose to live. And regardless of everything, I love you, Dad.
She admitted that David had loved her and hurt her, and she would not turn either truth into a lie. Toby asked whether she was ready to leave. When Toby asked whether she was ready, Amara said yes. She had spent enough time asking the dead for permission to live. Amara did not leave the cemetery because every wound had healed. She left because healing had finally become more important than permission. And behind her, beside the grave of the man who had loved her imperfectly, the music box remained closed because the truth inside it no longer owned her future.